Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going over Urost, the Soul Cage. I kind of want you to compare this legendary champion against the new fragment Versulf that's coming out tomorrow. Get the fragment fusion. They are always easy to do, but this guy's amazing. You get him going through Secret Room, Doom Tower hard. You get Thea, the Tomb Angel first. After Thea, you get Urost. Let me give you a little glimpse of what he's going to do in these waves. So we're going to go in there with our Taurus. We're going to get those poisons up. Whenever there's one poison on the enemy and Urost does his A2, he will turn me to reduce them by 15%. Whenever there's 2 poisons, he's going to put a 30% slow speed on them. And when there are 3 poisons, he's going to stun them. He will do all of those. So if there's 3 or more poisons, he's going to turn me to reduce, slow speed, and stun them on a 3-turn cooldown. And then his A3 is on a 3-turn cooldown, and it gives you 2 turns of Ally Protect and 2 turns of Strengthen. Very similar to the fusion that we're about to have tomorrow. But still, get that fusion done. So this is going to give us Ally Protect plus Strengthen, 25% less damage. Anytime an ally is hit with Strengthen on, we get a 75% chance to provoke. And it's 80% with Fearsome Presence. So we're going to be provoking. We're going to provoke with our Vizix. They're going to come and hit Vizix. She's going to have Strengthen on and Ally Protect, which is going to save her. And then they're going to get reapplied a Provoke on them. And then they're going to come immediately to Urost. And if Urost also has a Strengthen on, he can reapply a Provoke again. Now his A1 gives him a 10% shield, an additional 1% per poison on the enemy. But the way that he works with his passive is anytime an enemy takes poison damage, he gets higher max HP. So his 100,000 right now is eventually going to go up to 150,000. It's pretty insane. We're going to do a DPS Urost next, but just watch this. Watch what he does in this wave. This is 117 Doom Tower hard. We're going to go to 119 Doom Tower hard after this because they hit extremely, they're dangerous at 119, right? Look at that. Provoke, reapply to Provoke because we had the Strengthen, reapply a Provoke. Now, let him do his AoE and stun everyone, turn me to reduce, and slow speed them all. That's it. That's Urost. This is what this guy does, and he's amazing. Of course, he can solo the Scarab King with hardly any gear on whatsoever, but he can get you through the Doom Tower with Vizix, with somebody else provoking first, and then him putting up Strengthen and getting to reapply the Provoke. It just works better that way. It doesn't matter. If he applies the Strengthen and the Ally Protection, which he will for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, people are going to get provoked. The enemy are going to get provoked nonstop. And then with all these poisons, because usually you apply a poison when they attack him. We have a 75% chance, 80% chance with Sniper Mastery, which we have on him. And look at this. So 1 minute to clear, 117 Doom Tower hard with a 4-man team. 4-man, one of them's Apothecary because we want those heals. Although I will say I didn't set up Apothecary correctly. Apothecary will not heal when people are low. Instead, he'll prioritize his A3. So I should have made him set up to do his A3 first and then make his A2 priority from then on. That's what I'll do next time. All right, so we're going through here again, same exact setup. They're provoking to her. He's reapplying a Provoke when he has that Strengthen up and the Ally Protect, which is amazing. Again, on a 3-turn cooldown, which is crazy. And then whenever they have all these poisons, he is stunning them. If they have 1 poison, sure, turn me to reduction. They have 2, he's going to do turn me to reduction along with slow speed. And if they have 3 poisons, he's going to do all that plus stun them, which is nuts. And we don't necessarily have to have a team like this, but it's pretty fun. We're going to take out Taurus in the next team, and we're going to put in a free-to-play team. Well, a free-to-play team if you've been playing for a long time. And I know it's hard to get this guy. Get the Fragment Fusion. I'm not saying the Fragment Fusion isn't good, but he's nowhere near like this champion. What this champion can do. The reapplying of these provokes over and over are insane. And it's with the Strengthen. It doesn't matter if he puts the Strengthen up, which he will do. But as long as the Strengthen up is like this, then Provoke. Provoke. There it goes. Provoke. I mean, come on. All it has to do is we just have to have a Strengthen up. That means we're taking less damage too. And then we're just reapplying a Provoke over and over to the enemy. Plus right now, he is up at 150,000 HP. So with the Regen set and the Immortal set I have on him, he's healing for... Actually, he's not because he hasn't had... You know what? He's not right now because he hasn't been applying the poison to the enemy to get his max HP up. Because we're getting all these poisons from Taurus instead. We'll see it in a minute. You can solo run many waves in the Doom Tower hard with this guy. Solo run. A lot of times in the beginning, you just need to have somebody to help you on that first wave. This increase of HP carries over to all the other waves. So you just need to keep him alive for that first wave. Once he's alive then, and he has that inflated HP and he's healing for so much more, he's doing huge shields on his A1 then. 10% of that huge HP. 3-minute run. 3-minute run on 117 Doom Tower hard with Those 4. You wouldn't think those 4 would do it, right? Now we're on 119. These are all free-to-play accessible champions. Obviously, they take a long time to get. We've got all login rewards, and we've got 3 from the Doom Tower. We've got our burn champion in here to burn them down, and then we're reapplying provoke. Reapply the provoke there. It's just over and over. There's nothing the enemy can do when they're just provoked like this. They're stuck. Now, we don't have all the poisons that we did before, but now we're putting up poisons from Urost. So these poisons, whenever they take a tick on the enemy, soon his max HP is going to be up really high. He was healing for 14,000 and something, and then like 1,000. Soon he's going to be healing for 22,500 and 4,000, 27,000 total. 27,000 total. That's why you can solo mini waves. Now, I recorded lower levels of soloing the waves. We'll save that for another video if you're really interested in seeing what he can solo, where he's really good at. You just got to pay attention. You really have to look at the enemy, see them attacking us. As long as we have that strengthen on, you're going to see those provokes fly off because I have an 80% chance with Fearsome Presence to get that. I have an 80% chance when they attack him to put up a poison. And now his HP is so high, here it doesn't really matter, right? That's why I want to make a nuking one. I want to get his HP up on this team right here. Well, no, I want to get his critical damage and crit rate up on a team like this. So by the time we get to wave 2 and wave 3, he's basically just nuking everyone down. I mean, this is the same. Now you see there, we had to get our skills ready at the end of the turn. At the end of wave 1, we had to have our skills ready to go because we have to have somebody still fast enough to take control in these waves. Well, we're not going to have that happen on this next wave. Watch on wave 3 what's going to happen there. It's pretty insane. We have a lot of control with this team. Lots of control for stuns from Archmage. We have stuns from Syl. And then we have a lot of provoke and slow speed from Vizix. But we also have slow speed, stuns, and turn meter reduction and everything else with our Urost. As long as we get enough poisons up on that A2. I'll show you the skills in a minute. Maybe it'll help to see them. But it's just too easy. Let's skip forward. We've got more to show. So let's skip forward through this. Let's go to wave, okay, wave 2. Here we go. Is this one or the next one? No. So she didn't do the AoE provoke, which is what I need her to do to take control of the waves. But that's okay. Urost came in there. Ally protection, provoking, which is what we need to break them up. And then now we're able to get a stun up on everyone and take control of the whole situation. Right? Now we have it easy and we're going to beat this whole team down. And we've got the speed there to help your team out, right? You need to go first. You have to go first on these waves. You can't let the whole entire wave take a turn because you'll be dead. You can't do that unless you have a Krisk or some kind of amazing shields up. It just won't happen. And we are just burning them down. So kind of similar to what we were doing with Taurus with all the poisons, except this time we're not using those poisons. We're not even using his A2 to its fullest extent because we're only getting a few poisons up. We don't have all those poisons there. Whenever they attack him, he gets a chance, 80% chance to put a poison. And they are attacking him, but it's not happening that often. That's why we need somebody in here to burn them down. Now we're going to go on to the next wave, and it's the same thing. Now this is 119 Doom Tower Hard that you saw both of those. Same thing, right? We come in here. It's crazy. If you don't believe in him by now, I don't know what to tell you. Ally protection, 50% of all that damage goes to him. He has 100%. He has 100k HP that's up to probably 150,000 right now. Look at him. He's healing for 27,000. 27,000 a turn. He's healing for that. Plus his A1 is giving him 10% HP shield and additional 1% HP shield per poison up on the enemy. So his shields are pretty big. They don't look big, but it's because he's got 150,000 HP. So they're huge when he does his A1. They keep him alive. And then to be able to soak all this up for our allies, to negate 25% damage is better than an increased defense. And then the control. It's insane. I love it. I think this guy is great, and you can solo many things in the game with him if you build him with high resistance. Plus, he has a resistance lead of 80, which we're utilizing right now in all these runs. Plus 80 resistance anywhere in the game. Anywhere in the game. I mean, this dude is insane. Now, I don't know if you need him or not, but if you needed him to get through waves, or if you need him to solo the Scarab King, which you can gear him weaker than you could your Vergus, right? Vergus can solo the Scarab King, amazing epic champion, but you can gear this guy even weaker and solo it. So every time I try to solo the Griffin on 90 Doom Tower Hard, it always got down to the wire, and for some reason, he would eventually get me below 50% HP. I don't know why. Like, why? What happened here? Crazy string of crits. He's been at 20 sky bonds forever. He's been at 300 speed forever. The additional attack, the additional crit, all that forever. And then toward the end here, he like starts to enrage. And he doesn't have an enrage. he just starts to enrage. And look, every single time that I tried to do it. Urost the Soul Cage is insane. I love this guy. Let me know what you think about him. Let me know where else do you want to play him. Yes, the Scarab King. We know he can solo very easily. Where else could we use him to solo? Where else do you use him? And what kind of team comp do you use him in? So here it is. 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown of Strengthen and Ally Protect. We've got the A1 that gives us the shields, additional shields if they have a poison up. And then here we've got a 3-turn cooldown at 100% chance. If they have 1 poison, turn meter reduction of 15%, 2 poisons, decreased speed, 3 poisons, a stun on a 3-turn cooldown. And then here is this crazy passive. Insane, right? But we have a 75% chance to place a poison when he's attacked. We have a 75% chance whenever anyone's attacked with a Strengthen on to provoke them. Now we can increase both of those with Fearsome Presence, which I do have, and Sniper, which I have as well. Then whenever an enemy takes poison damage placed by him, he gets a 5% increase in max HP, up to a 50% total. So let's look at the stats I have on this champion. Plus, again, the resistance of 80. I know you're not going to believe me, but you don't need anywhere near the stats I have right now. Nothing at all. All we were doing is going through the waves. We were getting somebody really fast to provoke first, and then we were putting up the Strengthen, which would reapply the provoke, right? This Strengthen. So he could be at 200 speed. He doesn't have to be at this much HP. Since we were taking him in on teams, and I wasn't showing you him soloing really anything, then you don't need anywhere, believe me, anywhere near what I have on him. Just trust me on that. Okay, here's what I've got. 100,000, 250 speed, 328 resistance, and 340 accuracy. Now, later on, I will take off his chest, I'll take off his boots, I'll do all this kind of stuff to prove that to you, which I guess I should have done in this video too. You're just going to have to believe me. Slap on a regen set and an immortal set, and have somebody really fast provoke, and then have him loop back around at 200 speed, and put up this Strengthen and Ally Protect and watch him provoke over and over. Okay? It will happen. And then he'll come back around and do this ability too, but unless there's no poisons up. Now, these poisons don't have to be placed by him. If there's no poisons up, it's just going to do damage. That's why I want to put him in a build like this with critical damage, a lot of crit, and see what happens later. And then put him in, crit mastery. So right now I've got Fearsome Presence, I've got Sniper, additional chance to apply those poisons, and then to extend those poisons, and then other things to keep us alive. And we do stuns on that A3 if there's enough poisons up, so we've got Harvest to spare for Leech, and he's just regenning. I mean, 27,000 a turn regen is insane. This gear has HP, speed boots. That's what I want on him, but when we're going to go damage-wise, I'm going to go for critical damage, probably HP boots, and I'll try to keep his speed around 200, critical damage here. And then if we're not worried about accuracy, no, I want the accuracy. We want the accuracy because we have to apply a poison from him to get that increased HP. So once that HP gets up there, its damage is going to increase. He does damage based off of HP. It's going to be pretty fun, actually. So we'll see what happens with that. But please, let me know down below. Do you love this guy? Do you think he's amazing? And are you excited to get him from the Doom Tower Hard secret rooms? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in a video soon.